this would be two of the best quarterbacks going up against each other at the beginning of the season, but not anymore. Aaron Rodgers is only averaging 228 passing yards per game through 7 weeks, Tank. That is a career low for him. Is there any way that the Packers can come back and go against the Bills, who are coming off of a huge win in week 6 and coming off of a bye in week 7, and actually get a win? There's no chance, right?
Hell no. I mean, do I need to continue? I mean, we've been seeing like the Packers with like these huge spreads in their favor, like for the past 3 weeks. And oh, we got another big one, but it may finally be right because it's on the
Yeah.
other side. And now we have a
Yeah,
Bills
right.
team that just beat a really good Kansas City Chiefs team. They're coming off a bye, like you said. They're playing the Packers at home, and like we have this situation where we always talk about what the Los Angeles Chargers do, and it's called chargering. Like, can we make packering a thing? Because that's what they've been doing, like pretty much this entire season, and that shit has not looked good. And I have
Yeah.
a feeling that they're gonna do a lot of the same this week against the Buffalo Bills. Like, I really don't see a path for the Packers having any success in this game. And any phase of the game. Like I feel like the Buffalo Bills defense is starting to get healthy. I heard like Tre'Davious White name thrown out. Like I'm not sure if he's playing, but he's getting close enough to playing where they're talking about him. And they already got a bunch of other guys back. And then that offense, like Gabe Davis showed that he was healthy against the Steelers. He played well against the Chiefs, and now you gave that offense a bye week to kind of heal up at the perfect time. Like honestly, I expect the Buffalo Bills to come out hitting on all cylinders. This has been a revenge tour for them. I don't know if there's any reason for them to try to exact some revenge against the Green Bay Packers, but I think it may just be one of those things where the Green Bay Packers have been known as like one of the more dominant teams in the NFC for a long time. The Bills on a collision course, not only for the playoffs, but to try to finally make it to the Super Bowl and make up for all those
Mm-hmm.
missed field goals. And so I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for them to lay the smackdown on A Rod and everybody that's wearing green and yellow. And honestly, I'm not a Packers hater, but this year for some reason, maybe Vegas did it to me. Like I'm here for it. Like I want to see them get mollywopped in Buffalo this week. Like I'm gonna have my damn popcorn ready.
I know. Aaron Rodgers, Aaron, is going to want to join some of the Bills fans after the game and crush some tables to get his anxiety and anger out after that
Wow.
one, because that is what is going to happen in Buffalo. Josh Allen, Jared, has thrown for 17 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions this season. He is probably going to be the MVP. Can he cover the 10.5-point spread and lead that offense to beat the Packers here?
I mean, logic says yes. There are some things to consider here, market related, of course. Nerd Jared has to chime in, market first, right? This thing opened Bills -3.5 over the summer over at the Westgate, our friends, our sponsor here on the show, the Superbook. Now it's 11. Even last week it was 8.5, and it moved through that secondary key number of 10, now pushing 10.5, 11 after, the Giant or the Packers just came up flat again in Washington. Aaron Rodgers after the game, or maybe it was Monday, I forget when it was, but it was earlier this week. The quote I have is, quote, "I think guys who are making too many mistakes shouldn't be playing." Are you including yourself in that, analysis of the team? Should we get Jordan Love some reps and, first team reps this week, Aaron? So again, the offense does not look promising right now. I heard, I read in the practice reports today, Lazard and Watson both didn't practice or were limited. So we'll see what their receiver group looks like this week.
Yeah.
No Tre'Davious White. He has been ruled out, but the rest of the Bills defense is getting healthy. They were without a ton of pieces in the secondary. Remember that game against the Dolphins? They had like 4 starters out on defense. They're getting a little bit healthier now, and eventually White will return. And I'll be honest right now, they might not need him this week because this Packers offense just looks pedestrian. But that being said, when the lights are brightest, it is intriguing at this little nugget. And I'm probably giving it away, but here's a trivia question. In the history of the NFL, since the merger at least, who are the 2 highest rated passers in prime time? Any guesses, guys?
I'm assuming Aaron
History of the
Rodgers and Josh
NFL.
Allen. Oh, history of the
Bingo!
NFL. I thought you meant right now. Oh, really?
Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen. In the history of the NFL, since the 1970 merger, which really, anything before that, it's really hard to gauge anyways. The highest rated passers in prime time, Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers. Now, this is not even my brother's Aaron Rodgers. This is a very different Aaron Rodgers than we've seen in prior years. But when the lights are brightest, that tends to when he performs at his best. So if you want to make a case for the Packers to win this game, Aaron Rodgers plays to that level. The offensive line figures out its inefficiencies. We'll see if Bakhtiari is able to play. Elgton Jenkins, again, kicking in from tackle to guard. What's the tackle situation look like for Green Bay this week? Can they run the ball a little bit? That's been a bugaboo for the Bills defense a little bit. And can Aaron Rodgers make those 5 or 6 throws in the game that you're just like, whoa, and that leads to enough points to backdoor this spread or cover it? I don't think the Packers win the game, but 11 points, pretty big spread. I could definitely see them hanging around.
As Tank would say, it's a lot of points.
Yes, a lot of points.
A lot of points.
But in this situation, I feel like it may be justified. And we talk about Aaron Rodgers playing under the bright lights or being in the bright lights. But I'm also thinking about another situation when Aaron Rodgers in the bright lights, and that was draft day. And that's why I imagine him looking like on the end of the bench in the fourth quarter, just looking like, man, why hasn't anyone chosen me? Like, man, why haven't we gotten in the end zone yet? It may be one of those type of games against those Buffalo Bills this week.